Hey everyone, this is Justin with Service and Sacrifice, and I know it's been a while since my last upload, about 10 months, almost a year. I've been slacking, but I figured it would be a good time to do a reintroduction of the channel, of myself, what I'm doing, who I am, all that stuff. So I'm going to try to do 1 to 2 videos per week, but significantly shorter. They're going to be solo ones because it's super difficult to find people to record with and their schedules, and life is hectic for everybody. So I'm going to aim for 10 minutes, short little clips, cut them up, put them on my TikTok, Service and Sacrifice, if you aren't following. And yeah, still open to doing co-episodes. I'll be having guests on in the near future. But so if you haven't seen any of my videos or you don't know who I am personally, I'm Justin. I was in the Army from 2010 to 2013 as a 13 Mike, multiple launch rocket systems crew member, MLRS. If you don't know what that is, it's the older version of HIMARS, except HIMARS was wheeled and the MLRS was tracked. So it was like a tank track, but it was rectangular, rotated, shot rockets super far. Pretty cool, considered field artillery. I was stationed at Fort Sill, Oklahoma for 3 years, did a 1-month training mission in Wyoming Camp Guernsey. And then I had like 3 or 4 deployments my battalion was supposed to do, but for various reasons, we got skipped, they got dropped. Obama pulled us out of Iraq, you name it. I can talk about that in another episode. So why did I join the Army or the military in general? The plan was originally to join the Marines. In a previous video, I discussed it. You know, I went to the recruiting station. It was like a building that had 3 branches in it. So it was Air Force, Army, and Marines. The Air Force one was like permanently closed. I don't know where they were, but they weren't at work. And I joined the Marines first, the Marine recruiter first. And I was like, let's check it out. And I was like, 19. I was like, hey, I want to do infantry. And they were like, oh, we're such a small branch. There's like a year wait time. Didn't want to wait a year. I knew I'd probably reverse my decision and not join. They make you do like the 3 pull-ups, did that. But then I got super discouraged because I didn't want to wait. And I just went next door like the following week to the Army recruiter. As you know, much bigger branch, more job opportunities. So I took the ASVAB, did pretty poorly. I mean, I passed, but like it wasn't great. And essentially all my options were combat jobs, artillery, mechanic jobs. And it came down to 3 jobs that I liked. One was 13 Mike, which I picked. The other was Black Hawk mechanic, which probably would have been the most convenient for transferring skills to the civilian sector. But like, I don't know. I just like didn't want to be a mechanic. And then the third was Cav Scout, which for some reason Cav Scouts are always made fun of in the military, but I don't know. They were attached to infantry units, and for whatever reason, I was like, I didn't want to do it. And they were like, we can get you out in 2 months. I was like, oh, sick. No time to back out then, right? But ultimately, the reason why I considered the military is because I wasn't doing well in school, didn't do well in high school, went to community college for a year, don't know why I thought that would be any better, still did very bad. And so I said, oh, I'll join for a few years, make some money, look good on my resume. I don't know. Go from there. In my 3-year stint in the Army, 1 contract, it was pretty broke. I broke it up by sections. The first year and a half, I really liked it. I was super motivated, worked really hard, like really turned my work ethic and learning ethic around. And I wanted to do well. I wanted to move up, succeed, get waivers to get promoted faster. I didn't want to be like that new shitty private that people are, oh, that's the new guy. So I tried really hard. Every position above me, I tried to study for. So like when I was a PFC, I was studying for some of the things specialists would do in the artillery vehicle. I remember pretty vividly at like the year and a half mark, I was like, not a fan of some of the things I'm seeing, which normal life things, favoritism, people getting promoted that shouldn't be promoted, people slacking off, not getting in trouble. These are like all normal life things that you experience at work as an adult, right? But when I was 19 and 20, this was my first like introduction to it. And I was like, oh, this kind of sucks. Like, what's the point of working so hard when like that guy who's not good at his job will just get the waiver anyway? So that really discouraged me. And then my units got changed around a couple times and I didn't like new leadership. And it just kind of went downhill. I was like, I just want to get out. I felt like someone in prison. Like, I just want to do my time and get out. And then after you get out, the big thing is reassimilating back into society. Because whether you're there for 3 years or 15 years, you have been so like ingrained in a mindset that you can't just like turn it off. So, and ACAP back then, which is now TAPS, really didn't prepare you for it. If you've recently exited or ever exited, it's like not great. When I got out, I did security for a year and I took a year off of school. I knew that I needed a break. I didn't want to go from one stressful environment right into school, especially because I didn't have a good history with my grades. So I gave myself a little break. Then I became a manager of logistics at a big hospital here, which was my first experience in corporate, tracking everything that came in and out of this hospital through the warehouse. And I had like a team of people. And my boss was almost also an Army veteran, which I'm pretty sure that's the only reason why she hired me. So that was cool. Then I got a job in wealth management. I did that for 3.5 years. First a real corporate job besides logistics. And for the past 5 years, I've been in insurance and pharmacy benefits. I got my bachelor's in business with the GI Bill, master's in management, which is organizational development. And then I continued my education with Six Sigma Green and Black Belt and certified Scrum product owner, and also a couple of various project management certifications. So all three of those things really they tie into each other. The master's in organizational development, like process improvement, building, improving things. Six Sigma Black Belt is a process improvement certification. Scrum is another PI methodology. All those together, I've really built my professional brand around that. And then on top of that, the two big things that I do is I started a business, Service and Sacrifice, with it, which is this YouTube channel. And it originally stemmed from a newsletter, Service and Sacrifice, on Substack. So I've been doing that for 2 years, started making profit from it. I did my first article last week and also a year. The plan is to pump out one article a week, at least one video a week. And then TikTok, I try to stay active on because it's just a 30-second thing. But I write about two different things. One, my experiences and thoughts about the military, and then two, research articles about news and what's new. And then the second thing I do is volunteer at nonprofits. I was vice president of operations at a military nonprofit. I was there for a year. And then I moved to a different military nonprofit that focuses on mental health called the Heavy Hitters Project. And I've been there for a year as well. And I am the chief strategy officer. So I like to give back. It's been over 2 years of helping veterans out. And between the nonprofits and my business and moderating in certain Facebook groups, I try to really assist veterans as much as possible, because going through the military is difficult. Transitioning is also very difficult. And then reassimilating back into society is difficult. So I try to use some of my experiences and things that I did to help people fast track. But if you have any ideas for future episodes, feel free to leave it in the comments. The website is currently under construction, so if you see it down, do not panic. I think I'm switching domain platforms or whatever. So thank you for listening. Hopefully the length is a good amount of time. Before, my previous episodes were 45 to an hour. I feel like that's a long time. Really going to stick to 10, at most 15. So just tune in.